Hello children, good morning. Today I am going to explain the lesson The Gifts of Nature. The Gifts of Nature. Okay, this is the lesson. 8th lesson from your textbooks. You can turn the page number 88. Okay, you have your textbooks with you. Let us start the poem. The Gifts of Nature. Nature means naturally, the created, naturally created by God. Even we are also the parks, the plants, the trees, mountains, river, seas, oceans, planets, sun, moon. All these things are comes under nature. They are all nature. The plants which you have not planted. Of course, sometimes you will also plant. These are all comes under nature. Fruits, flowers, vegetables, birds, insects, animals, all these things, right? Nature. Everyone loves the nature. We want to have the nature, we'll enjoy the nature, the natural beauty, the natural breeze, the wind that comes, the lighting, everything we want to enjoy that. We are not paying anything for that. Right? So God has given that nature freely to us. We are not paying anything that. Are you paying to breathe? For the breeze, every minute, every second you are breathing, you are taking breath. Are you paying for that? No, not a single paisa. Freely it is coming. So let's have that some brief glimpse of that nature and how to protect the nature. That is important. So these are the gifts that we got from the nature, and we need to, if anyone gives you gift, what will you do? You'll try to protect, you'll try to save it. You'll keep it in almirah or somewhere else. So many years you will keep it. So we don't want to throw it out. We don't want to see the destruction of the gifts if anyone gives the nature. So this nature is given by the God itself. We have to protect the nature. So let us see how to protect the nature. First paragraph. We all know that God has given us the most beautiful gift, the gift of nature. Okay, this is what is the most beautiful gift? The gift of nature. We have the long range of mountains. That's what I gave the introduction about this. So here also there in the poem, lesson. So first line says that, so everyone knows that God has given the most beautiful thing. What is the gift? The gift of nature. Then we have the long range of mountains. Can you give any example for the long range of mountains? I am not asking mountain, range of mountains. Best mountains range that we have in North India. What is that? Himalayas. Right? Very good. So that is the mountain range. And wide oceans we have, and the sparkling streams, the dense forests, the animals, birds and insects. So these are all comes under nature. These are all gifts of God. Freely we have got all these things freely. We are not paying anything for this. Naturally it has been created by God. We have colorful flowers, right? Fruits, the earth we live on, and even the air we breathe. These are all nature's gifts of nature. These gifts of nature are ours. These are all ours. So God, after creating everything, God has given everything into the hands of human beings. We have to enjoy that. See, why did God give? To admire it. We have to admire, means we have to appreciate, we have to praise. Wow, what a beautiful scene, what a beautiful nature, what a beautiful sky, the plant, the oceans. When you look at the ocean, how beautiful, no? We can't understand that sound, how it has been created, the creation. If you think about the ocean, when you look at that nature, beautiful things, the plants, mountains, ocean, so you'll try to think about the creator of that things that we can see, right? someone is there who is that that much beauty has been created. So we have to understand that, we should think about that. So in order to appreciate, praise it, and also use and preserve. So three things we can do with this gifts of nature. One is admiring. Admiring means appreciating, praising. Then second one is we have to use. We can use that gifts of nature that God has given to us. Okay, like water, we can use the sea water, river water, lake water, all these things we can use. The mountain rain, the flowers, plants, vegetables, naturally they have been created, so we can use it and for the sake of good. And preserve it, that is very important. Preserve means we have to store it for the next generation also. We should not be selfish. If you try to spoil, use it and throw it out, we are not able to. For example, if you are using one plant, one mango tree fruit, so you have to sow the seed in the land so that the next generation also can enjoy the fruits of that plant or the tree. Simple example I gave. So no need, should not be selfish. We have to preserve the nature. That is very important. See, it is our moral duty. Underline that, it is our moral duty. What is that moral duty? Let us see. To look after the things God has given us. So look after means, that is a phrase. It means that we have to take care. Okay, we have to look after the things, and look after means just seeing like that, it's not. So it is the phrase, it has the meaning like we have to take care of the gifts that God has given us. Then we must learn to take care of the gifts of nature so that these are not destroyed or harmed. Okay, we should learn this. We should learn how to protect the nature, how to save it, how to preserve it. We have to learn. So, and we have to see whether it is getting destroyed or harmed. Okay, we should protect the nature. Even it may be birds. Sometimes even nowadays we are unable to see sparrows. Aren't we? We are not able to see the sparrows. Why? What's the reason? Yes, everyone knows the reason, because of cell phone towers. Completely they have been vanished. We are not able to see. Right? We must not use the gifts of nature for our selfish ends, but instead work to preserve them. Okay, so just we should not be selfish. We should not be selfish. Selfish means, simple example I can say, some people they'll cut the rosewood, right, very costly wood, that they will cut it. Sandalwood or rosewood, very costly thing, and they'll be stealing that, smuggling. They will cut it off and they'll sell to the other countries. Some people they'll do. That is not the good thing. That's what, right? We should not be selfish. Government is protecting that and all for our good only, so that even the next generation can also enjoy that nature. That's what is done. We should not use the gifts of nature for our selfish end, but instead of what we have to do, we have to preserve them safely. Then second para. 100 years ago, there were many more animals than there are today, but over the years, hunters have killed them for sport or food in large numbers. It is feared that some species may soon become extinct. Right, 100 years ago, there were so many animals were there, but nowadays we are not able to see such type of animals. What happened? Because some selfish hunters were there, no? So they have killed just for the fun sake. That is like a sport, means game, and even for food also. They might have killed large numbers. Of course, we can kill some animals, we can eat it, God has given it, but we have some other side, we have to preserve also. The two things we can do, we have to use it and we have to preserve it. That's what he is telling. So it is feared that some species may soon, for example, tiger is there, white tiger. Nowadays it is getting extinct. We are not able to see some tigers, some type of tigers. As I already told about sparrows, there are no more. When we go to the village side also, nowadays even towers have been established. So we are not able to see. Very far remote areas, no corner of the cities, we go there only we can see the sparrows. Right? Nowadays there is no sparrow at all in the city. Can we see? No, not at all. Even crows also nowadays not able to see. Because of cell phone, the vibration that occurs because of cell phone towers that are really troubling the sparrow. They are not able to fly. That is the reason they are all going away, far place. And some may die also. So today these varieties of animals like tigers, lions and some rare species are on the verge of extinction now. So some types of tigers, lions, we are not able to get it. Very less in number. They are very less in number. If we don't take care of these rare there will soon be none left except in pictures. If you are not awake, if you are not able to take care of those, we are not taking care of those animals, then in the coming days, the future, so just only we can say, okay, lion is like that, like a picture will be there, photos will be there. Okay, lion means it is like this. It has for like that we'll say just picture. We can show the pictures to our future next generation because we lost it. That's why. So we have to arise and try to save the things. That is very important. That's what is right to say. Well, so we must not kill animals and birds for sport. Just for fun's sake, just to enjoy as a game. Some people's hunting is like a game. In olden days, it was like that. The kings used to go for hunting. Nowadays hunting is banned. Government is banned. So we should not do hunting. That's what it's telling. So we should also preserve the forest so that the wild animals can thrive and multiply. Okay, we have to save the wild animals also. We should not kill that. If you save, we should preserve. If you save and preserve them, then in future they will be multiplying. Then the generations will be there. The reproduction process happens, and they will generate. They will give the birth to the newborn babies, and like that, the generation will be continued as how human beings are continuing on the earth. In the same way, animals, birds will be there. That's what in the second. Let's go to the third paragraph. What is there? To most of us, the ocean is an endless expanse of water where there are countless fishes. But today we are making the ocean dirty by throwing tons and tons of refuse into the rivers and oceans. This is known as water pollution. Underline that. So here now coming to the point of oceans. First in second para we have seen the animals and birds. Now we'll see about oceans. How the oceans can be saved and what are we doing for the oceans. How we are going to save the ocean. So to most of us, the ocean is an endless expanse of water. It is a water body, very large water body. Ocean means large water body. We have to save it. In that, countless fish will be there. That fish is useful for us. But today, what are we doing for the ocean? But today, we are making the ocean dirty. Okay, what are we doing? We are making the ocean dirty, so dirty. We are making that. How? We can question. The human being, they're throwing, they'll go to the seashore and they'll throw tons and tons. Tons is the unit, like kgs, like no, tons is the greatest unit. You have to measure the content, the things. That much tons and the dust, garbage and all, we are throwing into the oceans. If you go to the seashore, they'll be drinking the fruit juice, the fruities they'll drink and they'll throw the boxes there itself. The water bottles, use and throw water, they'll there itself. what we are doing. So just we are making the ocean so dirty, thus causing the water pollution. So in this way we are polluting the oceans as well as water. Huge ships sometimes sink in bad weather. Right? Sometimes very huge ships will be coming from far place, other country to other country, because they need to transport the items. Those the things which through aircraft they cannot transfer, to that things and all they will be transporting by ship. It will take months. As they are coming, as they were traveling over the water, oceans and all, sometime because of bad weather, what was happening there? So they are getting inside the water, means they are sinking inside the water into the ocean, and they are spreading the things, the chemicals and all, they are just leaving inside the water, the surface of the water, the oceans, and thus preventing fishes and water creatures from breathing. So if the ship has been sunk inside the water, what happened? The water is getting polluted. The water is getting polluted. Whatever the creatures, fishes and water creatures are there, they cannot breathe. That was a problem. We have to be careful if we wish to preserve the water for the fishes and sea creatures. So if you want to save these things, we need to be very careful in order to save the fish and also sea creatures. If you ever go for a picnic on the banks of a river, be careful not to throw your waste paper and tins and bottles into the river. Right? So if you go for picnic, so be careful that whatever the snacks item that you eat, don't throw that the outside covers and all, packs and all, just on the floor near to the water banks of the river. Don't. So keep it with you inside your bags when you come out of that place. So you can throw it into the dustbin. If dustbin is there, keep it in the dustbin. Don't throw it on that water itself or on the banks of the river. Be careful. If you are doing like that, you are polluting the water. Again, you need to use that water, right? So you have to use. So remember, just mindful of that. Avoid washing dirty dishes in the river. Help to keep the river water clean and useful. One more thing, dirtiest thing that people do, so near to the river, they will be sitting and they will be washing the clothes. That is the most dirtiest thing. They can carry the water to the other place, the bathrooms and near to the home, there they can wash, no? So no, there itself they will wash and they will be mixing that washed water into the soap water into the river itself, causing the water pollution. And to keep the river water clean and usable. So we have to help the river water be clean and also usable. We can use it. We have to use the river water. If you are polluting like that, how can we use the water? It is not at all useful for anyone. We are there. We have to use that water, not the other thing. Forget about the other beings. We have to use it. So at least for our sake, we have to protect the nature. That's what about oceans we have seen. Animals, how to protect the animals, how to protect the oceans, and even water, river water. We should not pollute the river water and we should not kill the animals. So in just 2 points I said about water and about animals. The next class, I'll continue the next part of the lesson.